Well, howdy folks, making another video for you here out of the Boise, Idaho area, Treasure Valley area, and today we're working on a BMW Mini. We're going to be replacing the cylinder head on it. It's got a blown head gasket, but now that I've got this vehicle here and I get more and more into it, I don't know, I'm starting to question some things on this. Obviously somebody's been in and stuck in what looks like an aftermarket radiator on it. But as I'm going through it, I'm noticing that whoever did that job, I'm not here to throw somebody under the bus or anything, but man, there are cross-threaded bolts, loose bolts left on it. We found loose bolts on the fender left on it and all that other good stuff. And one of my biggest concerns is this rig has no compression at all. Hang on a second. I'm going to get set up and show you that. All right, actually, you can see, set this camera right here. So I can turn that with one hand with the camera set right where it's at. There's no resistance on that whatsoever. Engine just freely turns over. So I'm actually a little concerned now, once we get in there, what we're really going to find once we pull that head. At the end of the day, I'm concerned that maybe this whole engine is just trash, but nothing we can say or do until we get that head pulled and get it figured out. But yeah, this one, guys, this one's going to be for the books. So I'll make some videos for you as we get this thing pulled apart and done and all that other stuff. But just barely getting into it, already see some things that are a little bit concerning. Not so sure where to go on this one next. So, all right, guys, stay tuned for the next one. Alrighty, folks, I'm back. Now, one thing, go ahead and throw in here. If you come to this video because you want to know how to remove the cylinder head off of your BMW Mini, and yes, it's a BMW Mini. BMW is who makes them. What you see here is where you have to start. You need to jack it up. You need to, put your jack stands underneath there safely, all that other stuff, do it safely. And then you need to remove both tires, remove both fender wells. You do have to remove the bumper and the bumper support, and the reason being for that is so you can move the radiator and all that. You need to be able to move that forward enough so you can get in there and you can get the intake and all that separated from the head. So again, first steps, jack it up, remove tires, remove bumper support, and then go to town and begin removing everything surrounding the head. One of the things that I wanted to show you though on this one is another concern that I have is I pulled the air, the intake and all that other good stuff, and look at that. Quite a bit of rat poop or mouse poop down in there. So I got to question that one too. Like, oh man. So there you go, folks. So again, first steps, jack it up, remove tires, remove fender wells, everything associated with that, remove bumper cover, remove bumper, and then that will allow you to move your radiator and radiator support and everything forward, so then you can get down into that intake. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get at it again, and we'll be back. All right, guys, and we're back again now. So, in the beginning, I told you if you're going to replace your BMW Mini cylinder head, you want to get in here and you want to get that head pulled, you got to jack up the vehicle, right? You got to pull both tires off. You need to pull the fender wells off. That will give you access to the bumper cover and the bumper. So then you're going to want to pull the bumper and the bumper cover off. That will give you the room you need to kind of move around and get in here so you can get everything worked on, get everything pulled off. Now, what we do is then we work basically from right to left or left to right, and we start disconnecting everything that's surrounding this head. On your Mini, you're going to want to remove the engine mount. So make sure you put a jack underneath to support your engine. So you're going to want to remove the engine mount, and you're going to want to remove the computer, the air box, all of that stuff, intake, all of that other good stuff, some of the duct work. You're going to need to get inside here on the driver's side. You want to remove the thermostat housing, any electronics, anything that is associated with that. And then if you have a supercharger or turbocharger, you're going to want to get all of that removed as well. Get the intake removed and pulled back. So that's basically where we are at. And then once you've done that, you've basically at that point should have everything removed out of the way so you can remove the valve cover. We have done that as well. And now that we have the valve cover removed, you can see that yes, this definitely has a blown head gasket. I mean, that is a lot of oil and coolant mixture in there. So, again, I'm a little concerned that a cylinder head is not going to save this at all. So, if I get the cylinder head off today, we will know. I think we're going to get down in there and we're going to see scored cylinders and pistons. Maybe piston rings are bad. At this point, I can't tell you just how bad this thing was overheated or what the full story is behind it, but that's pretty bad, as you can see in there. It was definitely ran hot, so no bueno. So there you go, folks. We'll go ahead and get back at it, see if we can't get that cylinder head off today, and end this video out with that. But worst case scenario, we don't, and we get back on it next weekend. So just recap one last time, just in case. Jack your car up, remove both tires, remove fender wells. That's going to give you access to the areas that you need to get your bumper cover and your bumper support, or bumper, whatever you want to call it, bumper cover, bumper support off. That will give you the ability to move the radiator support and all that out of the way so you can get down and get the work done that you need. Then you need to go over to the driver's side, remove the engine mount and everything associated that's connected to your valve cover and that side of the head. Then you're going to want to go to your, well, that's passenger side. Then you're going to want to go to your driver's side, remove your air box, remove your computer, your ECM, all of that good stuff. Get down in here. You're going to want to remove all the duct work for the cooling system. So that's going to be your, thermostat housing, all that good stuff. Any electronics that you have, get all that removed off. And then final step for that will be to remove your valve cover. So, alrighty guys, I'm going to go ahead and get back at it, and I shall return. Alrighty folks, so final segment of this video. We now have the cylinder head off. And now that I got the cylinder head off, I'm not as worried as I was earlier. I've actually never seen this, and that's a warped head gasket, so it definitely did get hot. The engine is completely contaminated with oil and coolant mixture, so I'm going to see if I can't flush the engine out in one way or another. And I will get a straight edge and make sure that the top of this block is good. I don't see any cracks, and most importantly, my biggest concern was, would there be any serious scoring or anything like that in the cylinders? I don't see any of that either. So piston rings are probably still intact. Piston rings are good. Cylinders are good. They're not all scored or tore up. So at this point, what we need to do now is get this cleaned up and start rebuilding it, start putting it all back together. So let's just recap again for you. If you're thinking about removing your BMW Mini cylinder head or Mini cylinder head, you need to start off, first and foremost, jack the vehicle up, put your jack stands underneath it, remove the tires on both sides, and you're going to do this so you can get into the fender wells and remove the fender wells. That way you can get into where you need to get into to remove the bumper cover and then the bumper as well. And you're removing the bumper so you can move around the radiator support so you can get down in here and work on what you need to work on, okay? And that'll allow you better access to the intake and all the plumbing and all that other good stuff. Once you've got the bumper cover and the bumper removed, then you can start working. You go ahead and choose how you want to do it. You want to go left to right or right to left. We went right to left. So from there, you're going to remove your air box, air cleaner, whatever you want to call it, all the ductwork associated with the air cleaner. Along with the air cleaner, you're going to remove your computer connections. The computer will come out with the air cleaner. In order to do that, in order to pull these connections, you just pull back on this tab, connection comes out. Then you're going to go in and you're going to remove all of the coolant parts and pieces, which I say all the coolant parts and pieces, but on this side, It's going to be your thermostat housing and your thermostat and all that good stuff. Any electronics, anything in the way, any type of hoses, any type of plug-in connections. Then you're going to go to your intake. You're going to loosen your intake. You're going to take all the electronic connections out and off for your fuel injectors, all that other good stuff. Go ahead and work on the top of the valve cover from here, and you're going to get your plugs out. You're going to get your coil out. You're going to get all of that off and out as well. And then you're going to go over to the passenger side, and you're going to get your belt off, your belt tensioner. You're going to want to take all of that off and all that other good stuff. Then you can start working on getting the valve cover off. And then once you got the valve cover off, you can go ahead and start working on removing your head. If you go back behind the engine, back down here is where you're going to find your timing tensioner. You're going to move that off. You remove that. That will allow you to remove the chain. And then before you remove the head, you're going to have two plugs. You're going to remove those plugs. You're going to get in there, and that will allow you to take out your timing guide rails and all that other good stuff. Now, I'll tell you something. These timing guide rails are absolutely wore out. And you can see pretty heavy wear on there. So everything is brand new that we're getting. We have a remanufactured head with a new camshaft. We have a timing gear set. All new timing stuff, all new timing gears, all new tensioners, chains, guide rails, all that other stuff. So then once you get all that loose, then you're pretty much good to go, and you can go ahead and get your head removed. Today took me about a total of, I think I've been here for about 6 hours now. So it took me about 6 hours to break this down. And then throughout the week, I'll get things cleaned up, and I'll come back next weekend, and I'll start putting everything back together. But again, one of the things I'm happy about is not as bad as I thought it would be. So I was getting to the point, finding some things on this deal that I was starting to think, we might be in trouble, might want to get a new engine. But I no longer feel like that anymore. So I think we're good to go. So I'll tell you something else, guys. Even though I've downgraded everything and I'm trying to retire out of the industry, this new little shop I got has made things way easier to work on and do things in compared to that massive big shop that I had. And I got to be honest with you, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm pretty happy with that. So, alrighty, folks. Well, this is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician. Thanks for coming and watching this video. Thanks for supporting me all these years. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I am going to go ahead and sign off. Oh, one last thing. Questions. If you have questions, shoot them to us in the comments. I have built a pretty cool community here. I've got over 30,000 subscribers now, and I've noticed that if I'm not able to respond to you fast enough or email you back fast enough, there are other people that watch my channels, watch my videos that have just as much expertise as I do. They can also respond to you and help you answer questions as well. So if you have any questions, shoot them to us in the comments, and somebody will get back to you. So, all right, appreciate you guys.